Hi everyone and welcome back. Uh, Now we have some information about the material, how to create a material, how to add an image texture, how to work with the roughness, with the normal map. We have all the knowledge to create something. I went back to the first table we created together. Let's see how can we texture this table. Okay, we have sharp edges here. I will make this smooth by adding Bevel Modifier. I need to work with the modifier and I'll wrap this again in front of you so we can remember what we learned in the previous videos. So let's select this one. I just gonna texture this. Let's go to the modifier here and let's add a bevel modifier. The amount here is very big. It's 0.1 meter. I will reduce this number to 0.02 maybe, or 0.01, and I will add two segments here and activate the hard and normal. Make sure to keep auto smooth activated here, and there we go. Now I have a nice smooth result here. I can copy the same effect to these two tables as well. Grab them, hold shift to grab this one as the last one. Hit Ctrl L and link the same modifier, or let's say copy modifiers. Now they have the same effect. Alright, after that I will hit Ctrl A and apply visual geometry to mesh. I need to apply the modifiers that I added here. Let's start with this one. Hit Ctrl A and apply this. Alright, I will hit slash to isolate this, to work with this one alone, and maybe I can push the mouse this one. I just need to push it right here. I think that's better. Alright, now let's see how can we unwrap it. Let's go to the UV editor here and tap to the edit mode to add some seams here to unwrap this one. So I will add seam here and maybe seam here as well. And seam here in this area. The same scenario here as well. Let's add a seam here. We learned that we need to unwrap the object before we add an image texture to them. We need to prepare them to receive the texture. And pick this one, right click, mark seam, and there we go. Now they turn to right color. Oh, that's cool. Let's check this area as well. Alright, that's cool. Now I will hit A to select all the faces, and here I will hit U and U again to unwrap it. Now we got a result. Let's see the angle, the method of the unwrap. I will switch this to conformal. I think that's better, and now I can see something. Alright, now the unwrapping is done. Now I can add a texture image, plug it to my material. Let's go to the shader editor here and let's work with the material. Hit N to get rid of this panel here, and let's go to the folder of the texture and let's bring any texture that we have here. For example, here we have some texture, maybe this one or this one. Let's use this one. I will grab this one, wood table, the diffuse color, and I will put it right here. Keep the color space sRGB and plug the color to the base color here. And I will hit Z and go to material preview so I can see the result. Alright, awesome. Very nice result we got here. Alright, we are not finished yet. We need to use the roughness, use the normal to make our material perfect. But even if we did that, we need to see the material in the render, and I can't see that right now because I don't have any lighting. Alright, now let's add a light and let's add plane underneath the table. So I will hit Shift A and add plane and scale it just a little bit. And I will give it a material. I will manipulate the base color I just need to make this plane a bit dark like this. And let's add light. If you want to pick a light, we will talk about a light in future videos. But it's very easy to pick a light and work with the lights starting from now. It's not something complicated. So I will pick one of these lights. I will work with the area. Area light gives me nice and smooth lighting. I just hit G to move it right here, and I will hit R to point the light towards the table like this. And maybe I can pick another angle, like grabbing the light here and rotate it just a little bit towards the table. Alright, something like this will work for now. Let's go to the render setting and let's switch this to cycle. I need to work with the cycle. And yeah, there we go for now. What I will do now, I will hit Z to go to the render. Let's see what will happen with the light. Z and go to the render. Alright, now I can see something, but it's not so quite visible. So I will increase the strength of the light. Just select the light and go to the light section here. Here we have the power of the light. I will push this to 70. Alright, that's not enough. So I will change this to 150 watt. Alright, now I can see something here. That's cool, but that's not quite enough. Alright, in this case, we will use another lighting. I will use Hdri image. Alright. Let's see how can we use Hdri image. In the shader editor, we have the object mode and we have the world mode. Until now we just worked with the object mode. If I go to the world mode, I can see that I have an output for the world mode. And here background node plugged to the surface. What I will do is I will grab a Hdri image and plug it to the world so I can change the lighting and make the image emit light to our scene. So the lighting will be according to the image that I will add here. Hdri is, it's mean high dynamic range image. Let's see how can we find it and how can we use it. First, let's go to Google. Here we have polyheaven.com. Here we have the Hdri and texture and model. You can download and use all of these. I mean Hdri and texture and model. You can use them for free if you like. Right now I need Hdri images, so I will hit browse Hdri. Let's see what we have here. Now I can see a bunch of Hdri images, and here we have the category if you want to download outdoor HDRIs, sky, indoor, studio. There's a lot of option right here. You can open and see what's in there. For me, I think, I don't know which one to pick, but I think this one recently added before a week. I like it actually. I like the lighting from here behind the curtain. I think it's nice to use, so I will download it and see how can we use it. Here we have an option if you want to download it 2K, 4K. I think I will start with 4K and keep it EXR and hit download button here. And it will be downloaded automatically to your computer. When the downloading is finished, and I will be back. Alright, now the download is done. Let's go to the texture folder. Alright, now we have the Hdri image right here. Now I can click and drag and put it right here inside the shader editor. Alright, if you plug this to the color That's not gonna work, and that's not correct. You need to go to the node, to the add, and go to the texture and choose environment texture like this. After that, you need to open the image and go to the texture folder and open the EXR image. In this case, you did the right thing. Now all what I need to do is plug the color of the new image to the background color. Okay, now I can see that I have lighting comes from the environment. Even if you turn off the light here, let's switch this to 0, or you can hide it from here. I can see that I have nice lighting comes from the environment, from the HDRI image. So I can work with this one. For any reason, if you like to hide the background image and keep the lighting, you have the ability to keep this. And I will show you how can we do this. I will delete this node. I don't need it anymore. I will keep this one. I will duplicate the background, hit Shift D to duplicate it, and I will put it below it. I will mix this node with this node with the mix node here. I will hit Control Shift and right click from this node, right click and drag to this node. Node Wrangler automatically will add a mix shader here to mix between those. Alright, after that I need another node help me to hide the texture and keep the light. In this case, I will use the path. Just type path here in the search field. Here we have the light path. I will use the camera ray and plug it to the factor. And now I just hide the image and keep the light. You can make the background darker if you like by manipulating the other color. For me, this result is very nice and work. Alright, now let's go back to the object mode. And now let's see what we can do here. Alright, now I can see something. We got the texture applied on the table correctly and nicely. Now we need to work with the table a little bit and make it more realistic. Let's go back to the texture folder and let's go back to the wood table 001. Now I will use the roughness map and let's see what will happen. Grab this and put it right here. And it's very important, don't forget that, to switch the color space to non-color because we don't have any color here. Plug the color to the roughness. And let's zoom in just a little bit and let's see what we will get here. As you see, we can see some roughness here. If I grab the node and hit M to mute it, you can tell the difference. Now the reflection is continuous, as you see here in this area. If I hit M to unmute it, you can see there's a difference here. Alright, after that, we need to give the result a bit of height by using the normal socket here. Let's go back to the same folder, and here we have the normal map. Grab it and put it right here. Alright, we can't plug the color to the normal directly. That's not gonna work. And we can't work with this node like this. With the color space as RGB, we need to switch this to non-color. Alright, now let's hit Shift A to search, and let's go to the vector here, and let's add normal map. Or you can go to the search field here and hit normal, and you will find normal and normal map. Let's pick normal map and let's put it right here. Plug the normal to the normal here. plug the color to the color here, and let's see before and after. Let's see what's gonna happen if I increase the strength up. Alright, that's cool. I can see that I have some height here. 10 is not correct, it's too much high. Let's reduce the number to 1 or even less than 1. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's add 1 for now. And I think 1 or number below number 1 is okay, and something work here. Okay, now I finished my material. I have roughness, I have base color, I have normal. I can add extra layer above my material if I like. Like I can add a scratch on the surface. I can add more imperfection on the surface as well. I will accept this result, and maybe I can take the number of this one down 0.7 for example. I think that will work. Alright, that's cool. After that, I just need to add a camera, and we will talk about the camera in the camera section. But for now, let's see how can we create it quickly. Just hit Shift A to open the add menu, and let's add a camera right here. The camera now in the position of the 3D cursor. What I will do is I will hit G and move it right here and rotate it to the Z axis, RZ, rotate it towards the table. And if I want to see from the eye of the camera, I need to hit 0 from the numpad to do this. Alright, I just need to change the dimension. I will go to this section right here, output properties, and I will manipulate these numbers here. So I will reduce this down. Let's see how much I need to reduce, maybe 1000. I need the image to be rectangle like this. And let's hit G and take this up just a little bit. Something like this. We can pick a nice angle for the camera, maybe from the top view. Let's switch this to 3D viewboard. Let's hit 0 here in this side so we can see the result of the camera, and from this area I can control it and put it in any place that I want. Let's start with taking the camera down, hit G to the Z, and let's take this right here for example and rotate it just a little bit. Something like this. Maybe I can take this back and rotate this to the Z. So I'm rotating the camera and change it in this area, but my eye on this area to see the result. Alright. Let's make the 3D cursor as a pivot, and I will hit R to the Z to rotate the camera along the 3D cursor. Something like this maybe. Alright, this is cool. Now I can make render here, quick render, to see the final result. And by the way, I can activate the light side by side with the Hdri image if I want extra lighting. I have this option. I can keep it on or off. For me, I will keep it on, and I will go to render and hit render image, or you can hit F12 to achieve this. When the render is finished, I will be back. The render now is done, but the image is a bit small, and we can see that we have some noise here in the ground, or here in this curve. So if I want to fix this, I can increase the number of the resolution, and I need to go to the render setting here and increase the render passes here. I can add 400 for now, and for the image size I can push this to 1080 and 500. Let's add 1500, and here as well. You can make it square, but I think, let's see, yeah, it's become almost square. But yeah, that will work for me. I don't know, I feel that I need to take the camera a bit up, just a little bit, and rotate it down from this angle. But not according to the 3D cursor. Switch this to medium point and rotate it just a little bit. Something like this maybe. Let's go back to 3D cursor. Maybe I can hit R to the Z and rotate it from this side so I can see the 3 pieces as well here. Or something like this. You can unhide the other pieces. Let's go to preview. Let's see what are they. Alright, now let's see how the render will look. I just need to hide these pieces. I don't know, I don't remember. Did I delete them and they came back? There's something weird I got here. So I will hide them here in the viewport and in the render as well. So I turned off this camera icon to hide them in the render. Alright, now let's make another render with a new adjustment that we made here. I will activate adaptive sampling and the denoising as well to get some denoise to get rid of this noise when the render is finished. Alright, now let's go to the render and hit render image, and I will be back when the render is finished. Alright, now the render is finished and we got this result. It's very nice. We can make some tweaking, like make the texture a bit smaller, scale the texture, or I can scale the UV and make the texture a bit smaller. Maybe the height, the normal map a bit strong. We can reduce it to get better results, but I like this. After that, you can take this to Photoshop or whatever image editing software to edit the colors and get better results. Or we can do that inside Blender. But for now, we learned how to create our material, how to use roughness slot, base color, normal to get something beautiful like this. So I will end this video and see you in the next one.